What happens when a young tiger cub wanders into the unknown, alone for the first time? A nest shattered beneath the trees, chicks crying for their mother. But no one comes. Then, a strange scent. Grass bent, leaves disturbed, twigs broken. Something is wrong, very wrong. Wanda's first mission begins now, and the jungle holds its breath. In the heart of an ancient jungle, where tall trees kissed the clouds and birds sang stories of old, a soft cry broke the morning mist. A baby tiger had just been born. Her name was Wanda. Tiny, striped and full of wonder, she lay curled against her mother Maya, a strong, graceful tigress with a heart full of love and worry. But all was not well in the jungle. Once alive with creatures and echoing calls, it had grown quiet. Trees had been cut, rivers ran dry, prey grew scarce. The jungle was shrinking and starving. Still, Maya had made a silent promise the moment she looked into Wanda's eyes. "I will protect you. I will feed you." Maya hunted every day, traveling farther and farther. Wanda, too small to follow, would stay hidden under leaves and tall grass, waiting. Days passed. Sometimes Maya returned with nothing but tired eyes and trembling paws. Other days, she brought back scraps, just enough for her growing cub. Though her own belly ached, Maya always gave Wanda the first bite. Despite the hunger, Wanda grew playful. She chased butterflies, pounced on leaves, and let out little roars that only made her mother smile. Every moment they had together was filled with love and quiet desperation. Because Maya knew, without enough food, Wanda's days might be numbered. One golden evening, two humans entered the jungle's edge, a wildlife photographer named Anaya and a conservationist, Dr. Ravi. They had come to study the jungle's decline, but they found something else. Through their lenses, they saw Maya, thin, exhausted, gently nudging Wanda towards scraps of food. A mother's fight to save her only cub. Anaya couldn't stay silent. She shared Maya and Wanda's story with the world. Photographs, videos, a powerful article titled "A Mother's Promise: The Last Tigers of the Eastern Jungle." It spread like wildfire, across screens, newspapers, classrooms, and hearts. The world listened. Donations poured in, wildlife groups organized, forests were protected, trees were planted, rivers were cleaned. Poaching was stopped, local villages joined hands with nature. Wanda's story sparked something deeper, a reminder that we are not separate from the wild. We are part of it. A year passed. The jungle began to breathe again. Streams flowed stronger. Birds returned. Herds of deer roamed freely once more. Wanda, now older and stronger, learned to hunt under Maya's watchful eye. She ran, played, and roared, not in hunger, but in joy. One morning, under golden light, Wanda stood on a rock, gazing at her jungle, wild and whole again. Anaya, from a distance, captured one final photograph. It showed Wanda, proud, strong, and free. That image became a symbol around the world, a reminder of what we nearly lost and what we can still protect. The jungle was alive again. After seasons of hardship, green had returned to the trees, birds had reclaimed the skies, and streams once more danced over stone. And somewhere, in the quiet warmth of this healing land, young Wanda stood at a crossroads. No longer the tiny cub who once curled beneath her mother's belly, Wanda had grown strong. Her golden stripes shimmered beneath the sun, her paws moved with quiet grace, and her eyes, deep pools of amber, now carried the spark of independence. Maya, her mother, had watched her grow with pride, and now the time had come. One peaceful morning, Maya nuzzled her daughter lovingly beneath the tall fig trees. No words were spoken, none were needed. Maya would journey deeper into the jungle, perhaps to begin a new family. And Wanda would begin her own path, alone but not afraid. As the rustling leaves swallowed Maya's form, Wanda turned toward the rising sun, ready to face the world. Wanda wandered with curiosity that day, weaving through vines, pausing to sniff at blossoms, and chasing the odd flutter of a butterfly. Life was bursting at every corner, but beneath a towering kapok tree, her ears caught something strange. Soft, rapid chirping. She stepped gently through the undergrowth, and there it was. A nest had fallen, its twigs shattered upon the forest floor. Inside, huddled together, were 3 tiny chicks, barely hatched, eyes still hazy. They trembled in the leaves. Alone, exposed. Wanda lowered herself beside them, her massive form a sheltering wall of fur and warmth. She waited. Surely their mother would return soon. But the sun dipped and the shadows lengthened. The jungle turned from gold to indigo. Still, no sign of the mother. The stars blinked open above as Wanda curled her tail around the nest. Her belly rumbled, loud and hungry, but she stayed through the night, watching, guarding, waiting. Morning light filtered through the trees. Still, nothing. No flutter of wings, no call from the sky. Wanda knew she had to eat. Her strength was fading. But she couldn't leave the chicks here, not like this. She gently picked them up, one by one, and padded to a nearby hollow tree. The trunk was wide, its inside dry and deep. Safe. She nestled the chicks into the soft bark and moss, then stepped back. "I'll come back," she thought. "I promise." Then with one last look, she turned and walked into the jungle. She hadn't gone far when her nose caught something off, the scent of humans. She paused. The grass ahead was pressed down, as though something large had passed through. Twigs had snapped. Leaves were disturbed. A trail. Wanda's ears flattened. Her mind flashed with Maya's voice. "If the forest looks broken, walk like the wind and listen with your heart." She crouched low. Slow steps, silent pause, nose to the ground. She followed the scent deeper until she saw it. Ahead, a low bush trembled. Atop it, a falcon thrashed, one leg caught in a noose of wire. A trap. Wanda's heart clenched. The falcon panicked. Every flap made the noose tighter. Wanda knew she had to act fast, but carefully. Step by step she approached. Not as a predator, but as a rescuer. She reached the branch where the wire stretched upward. With a swift, controlled swipe, her claw sliced through it. The falcon tumbled to the ground, stunned but free. Wanda lowered her head gently, her voice soft. "I found 3 chicks near the kapok tree. They fell. I kept them safe." The falcon blinked. A faint cry escaped her beak, a mixture of hope and disbelief. Together, they returned through the jungle. When they reached the hollow tree, the falcon darted inside, chirping rapidly. Moments later, the chicks chirped back. A chorus of joy echoed through the forest. They were home again. Wanda watched from the shadows, a small smile in her eyes. She hadn't eaten. Her legs ached, but she had never felt stronger. She turned and walked deeper into the jungle. not as a cub lost in the world, but as a guardian born from it. And somewhere, far away, Maya might have paused and looked toward the wind, her heart full of pride, because Wanda was becoming something greater, a protector of the wild, a whisper of hope in the jungle's song.